Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our luxurious players this evening.
Hello,
Hello.
Internet.
Hello.
And
Hi.
yes, hello. Hello, Internet. And, well, we're going to start things off a little bit the same way we start every little bit of session. A little talk about what's happening last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So, last time, where we picked up, you guys were with a pack of Drider and dozens of giant spiders swarming the once hidden docks of the Salt Swimmer. You had your hands full, to say the least. Webs sticking everywhere, encasing all of those with you. Gnomes, giants, and even Weller. Weller, freeing himself from the webs, joined the fray, as well as burning one of the giants free, thanks to Casmus, with a dim-lit battle of spells and brutes. Dusk brought forth dawn to help the light the way, as these spider kissers seemed to adamantly hate the sunlight it brought forth. And eventually, all of the half-spider creatures, along with the pack of spiders themselves, slain, freeing the rest of the gnomes and giant. You all gathered around the interior space here and finally had your well-earned dinner and a good night's sleep. The following day, headed off to Blingdenstone, victorious on nearly all accounts, to help with the battle to come. Arriving, you did have an odd conversation with Sovereign Basidia of the Myconid that transplanted to the entry cave of Blingdenstone. Aside from discussing the fear of this fetid wedding, there was some mentioning of Fungi's history, as Basidia claimed he isn't like a Myconid, more like a spore servant, but more together? With this puzzling thought, he brought the supplies to the preparation area as Wurs began speculating about time frame to have the weapons all ready to go. You gave him the thought to work with the Myconids in this endeavor, and he did not disagree. Afterwards, you had a talk with the Digger Maddox and discussed the battle plan ahead. The three-pronged attack, and hoping to use you as a delivery system to cut off the head of the Puddings by getting to their king, wherever he may be. And with most of the plan ahead, and a name for yourselves, the Expudinators, have some time to prepare before the Battle of Blingdenstone, and that is where we're going to pick up. Pretty much you have the rest of this afternoon and morning to prepare. And that's where we're at. What are you guys up to after leaving the Digger Maddox and their plannings, and what are you up to? As actually, probably as you're leaving, a few diligent gnomes start to head off in their own direction, leaving like after you, as they run off with scrolls in hand. Like they also have their own preparations to get underway. As the gnomes, everyone here seems not on edge, but working, diligent, and kind of in their element.
Alright. I guess I'd want to discuss spell strategy, what you guys know about oozes first. Like, what affects them, what is we shouldn't use
Well,
against
what do you
them.
say?
Exactly that. Hey mates, what works on oozes? Like, what has been your experience? I have not encountered any. Oddly enough.
Well, running worked pretty well last time.
Right, we had to break through though. What do you
Yeah,
know
well-
about oozes?
I've only read about them. What do I remember?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Start with that.
Arcana.
Should be a good one. With a 16.
20?
Generally slow. They come in a variety of shapes, colors, sizes. You've heard of the disastrous gelatinous cube, danger of any dungeon. You've heard of definitely a variety of them. Uh, I'd say the number one thing that you have heard is that they are generally slower, although speeds do vary amongst their kind. And almost all of them do deal in acid damage. Melting armor is what you've heard. Melting armor, melting flesh, melting wood. Like, different varieties melt different things. Some of them are more tar-like substances. And better yet, you've heard, you're not sure the exact properties of what, but you've heard some oozes, like, when they're damaged, like, split to kind of save the whole body by splitting into two. But it varies from kind to kind, and you're not exactly sure everything you've read. But they can also, they're oozes. They flow like water, but mind of their own, but mindless. They're really stupid, probably.
Maybe. I relay all of that and say they're probably stupid.
They're not the smartest, no.
Right. So don't use acid against them.
I'm guessing they like to melt things. So they probably are not meltable? Yeah.
Right, mate. You mentioned something about having a stone that carries magic. We should put
Yeah,
some
Casmus
magic
would
in
take
that.
out the little amber gem. Yeah, they gave us this. We can store a spell inside of it.
Right, mate. Well, if someone else can use it, I can give them Spirit Guardians. Slows the enemy even further and causes quite a bit of radiant damage, which I think they are vulnerable to.
Yeah, I mean, if you attune to this rock, you put a spell in it, then someone else can attune to it and use it.
Do you think that's the best spell, mate? Or do you have another suggestion?
It would really depend how exactly we want to push through.
Alright, I think of this like a lawnmower, mate. Like mow over all of them. Clear a path that way.
What's a lawn?
Yeah, what's a
A
lawn?
mushroom mower, sorry.
What's
Sorry,
a
mate.
mower?
It's a bladed thing that you mow over the mushrooms with and cuts them down when they get too tall.
Dusk will
I don't think
cover
you should
Fun
mention
Guy's
that
ears if he's saying that.
in front of Fungi. I don't think he'd like to hear that. Probably nightmare fuel.
Right, right.
Okay, I don't sleep.
Beyond that, I can make sure to keep an aura going that will protect us. And also possibly an aura that'll remove some of the effects if they have any. Hopefully the Blotson will keep the acid from burning us too bad.
Let's hope they know what they're doing with the Blotson.
They seem pretty smart. That's my suggestion besides Alchemist Fire, which we could use to create a path along the way. It's kind of.
We got a few. I got a few left.
I've got
one
4
in-
as well.
Got one on me, and Casmus would take out the. I got 3 other in the bag, and he would just take them out.
Right. So
Anyone
everyone
wants
should,
one?
I think
We
all
also have just besides these, just shuffles in the bag. Still got 4 potion of healing. If anyone wants an extra one.
I think that'd be good for us all to have an extra one, mate. Is it? How many do we have?
We got 4.
Does anyone
I've got-
not have one?
I have one currently.
I do as well.
I have
So-
one.
I got one too. So we all
Speaking
got
of
at least
the
one.
Watson,
Right. Maybe not put those in the bag. We'll keep those on hand.
All 4.
Right. Maybe spread them out a little bit. I've got one in my bag as well. I'll pull the extra one out. So I've got an extra. If we can have everyone maybe hold on to 2, and I've got You said you have 4 alchemist fire or 5 total.
Yeah.
And I'll pull
So
another alchemist fire, so that way everyone has one of those too, mate.
already got one alchemist fire on me.
Okay. So now we all have an alchemist fire on our person.
All right, and we got one potion of fire bread if we want it. What do we keep it in?
I think that's a Weller thing that would be helpful.
You want it, Weller?
All right.
All right, Casper's gonna take it out and just throw it at Weller. One potion of fire breath.
It hits my armor and breaks.
Yep.
Yeah.
His armor's resistant to fire, so it just kind of the fire just slides off.
Right, so if we do Spirit Guardians with Dusk and I follow behind, I can also do the same thing. And that would should be able to create a pretty decent path that way if we kind of outline it with fire as best as possible. You got any wall magic?
So
I just have the big fireball, and I have the big acid ball, but that doesn't seem to like it's gonna be good here. But no walls.
I can make a wall of fire, but we
Right.
wouldn't be able to cross it.
Right, but we could block off one side, right, mate?
We could block off one side, and I can
I can make- Yeah.
I can make it where the fire burns only on one side. So
Right, that seems
Oh,
really
yeah.
good. That would, between me and Dusk, radiating magic out and creating a path and then blocking off one side, that should get us through pretty easily.
I can also make Weller or Dusk faster.
Right, that's good.
but also
I don't know.
You have that shadow magic I saw you use made on the Kuatoa. That dark well looked like a void of some sort.
Who are you talking
Oh.
to?
oh
Uh,
yes, the Unger of Adar. Yes, I can
Oh,
conjure some stuff from not sure exactly where it's coming from, but yeah.
Right, and Fungi, you mentioned something about some spikes you can create to kind of cover
Yeah.
our path.
Yeah, I can. Those wizards are pretty slow. It'll take a while for them to get past all that. I also have a bunch of bigwigs left here. If any of us want to get a little bigger during the fight.
Right, I could see you and Weller and Dusk helping out. We'd need to create a path 10 feet wide to get through, but I think, and I'll draw down, I'll just take a stick and start drawing on the earth. I'll be like, if we create a wall of fire on the approach, this side, so they can't get through, the spikes on the other, and then go straight up the middle and mow a path out.
Well, you realize this will be more than one battle, right?
Yes.
I'm thinking about when we get closer to the Pudding King himself, when we need to, you said it was surrounded by oozes, we need to punch through.
He's probably surrounded by oozes, and where he is, it's a pretty large room from what I remember what I saw last time. A few 100 feet of a diameter.
Right, so we're gonna fight a bunch of oozes. How long does it take to get to the town center? Like, roughly?
From where you're at, like an hour.
Well, I mean, when we approach the
Not that
gate,
far
when
away.
we go through the...
You guys haven't
The
approached
gate.
that side. You know?
We're taking a route we did not previously use.
Right. Is there any gnomes around? Any of the
Absolutely.
Diggermatics
Yeah.
around?
Not the Diggermatics. They're inside, but yeah, absolutely. There's gnomes running all over the place, like carrying little messenger things or supplies to the ready kind of area, the caves of clanging, as you can kind of hear them from here, a little bit to the north.
Right. I'll stop him. Hey, mate. We're heading
Yeah.
in through the main. We're heading in through the main gate when the time comes. Trying to figure out how far it is from the main gate to the palace. Like if you were just to be walking.
Oh, it's right there, mate. You just gotta, like, once that wall goes down, you're just charging right through, and it's right there.
Okay, so probably
Yeah, so a good time to start Spirit Guardians on Dusk and myself.
Yeah, it's just right there. I mean, it's a big place, but yeah, it's right there. So, you know.
Right.
Nate.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, alright.
That answers that.
Just kind of side eyes you and then looks to the rest of your group and subordinators. So, alright. And just walks away.
The only issue
Go ahead.
The only issue I have if I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar is you guys won't be able to see inside of it.
Right. Probably.
I
the wall
can.
of fire.
But you guys won't be able to see. Same if any one of us casts Darkness. It's going to blind them. It's going to blind all of you guys.
You've noticed that.
Like,
Blinding puddings doesn't work.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
particularly
They don't
happened last time you encountered it.
Traditional senses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
Well,
maybe the
while
wall of
you figure out your summonings and abjurations, I'm going to go play with skull mushrooms. Be back soon. And I'm going to go find our sea captain alchemist.
Okay. As we'll say Rumpadump and Cappy will go with you, because Rumpadump is definitely going to set out the battle, and Cappy's going to be near useless. As Dusk heads off to meet with Myconids as well as the Wurz Salt Baron, Turvey will kind of be like, yeah, so I was thinking about all the things. I'd love to be a part of the Strike Force Exterminators, but I feel like I kind of owe it to the mates over at the Gold Whiskers to try to prove myself, so I'll probably stick with them for the battle, but I'll keep an eye out for you and try to help out if I can. We're going to be on
You'll
other
always be
sides.
part of the group.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. After the battle's all said and done, of course, I'm going to be the one to lead you on up top. Never been myself. Kind of curious to see it.
We've been so much together.
Been
It's understandable. Be safe.
a strange trip, but we've made it this far. I'm not giving up yet. Yeah,
Watch your back out there.
you be safe as well, and never been in a
Right.
battle, just little fights and stuff.
Hold on, mate. Here, take one of these with you. I'll hand him an alchemist fire and a holy water.
Looks at both of them. We'll take this one. You can hang on to that. I don't know. I don't need water.
Oh, no, it's holy water, mate.
Yeah, you probably don't want to be messing with that.
All right. Well, I'll give him an alchemist fire either way. That way,
We'll take an
he's
alchemist
got
fire.
one too.
As Hemeth will also. So I'm going to go with him. Not that I don't want to be a part of the heroes that save, or the Strike Force sounds very idiotic, but also I guess heroic. This is not my thing. Perhaps I will go with the other outcasts of Blingdenstone to aid them in their own troubles. Also, you never know about were-rats. They might bite you in the face. I've seen it.
Right.
All right. Be safe, mate.
Just kind of looks at exactly he says that and just Okay. But I also appreciate you all bringing me here to this relative safety. At least I'm not wanted. And I, of course, will... we'll see you after the battle.
Right.
And he'll just walk off.
All right, and Dusk is working on that. You need to... I don't know,
Yeah.
do you have time to make anything?
Because what are the rest of you guys doing? Dusk is going to go work with the Wurs and the Myconids to try and alchemize some stuff.
Casper's gonna look at it. Should I get these stuff to summon Neveration? Would that help us out?
Yes. Yeah, mate, that would help us out a lot.
But it would-
Pickled tentacle.
Pickled tentacle in a vial. A pickled tentacle, an eyeball, and a platinum inlaid vial worth 400 gold.
Right, and we got enough. You have the
Oh,
bag.
I got enough gems in the bag for that.
All right.
So I'll go take that in case we need it. And Gaspar's gonna give Zach the Amber Gem. Here, if you're gonna infuse a spell in it, you should take it. Just attune to it,
All right.
and then someone else can attune, and when they want to cast it.
All right, thanks, mate. I'll make sure to get it to Dusk when I see him.
Yeah, what's everyone doing? You have the afternoon, evening, and morning to do with what you want.
Yeah, well, Caspus would go get what he needs to cast Summon Aberration in the market. Hopefully, they got everything.
Yeah, give me just a general charisma check. See how much time this takes to go between different vendors to try and find what you're looking for. Pickled tentacle and an eyeball and a platinum inlaid vial worth 400 gold. With a 13, it will definitely take all afternoon and evening, and probably bribing a couple of people to find something so odd. So it will cost an extra 50 gold. So 450 gold for your item.
That's all right. Let's see.
I'm gonna tune to the gem. Put Spirit Guardians at 4th level in it.
2 rubies we'll pay for it.
You got time to? You said till tomorrow afternoon. Does she have
You
time
have one
to
day.
do? 1 day. Okay.
Do I make a potion of acid resistance, or
Well, that's essentially what Dusk is going to go do. He's going to go try to work with them to try and
get the blots.
get the blots into Chell, because it supposedly resists acid.
And I'm going to secure enough
What?
blots in the code R stuff as well.
I have alchemist supplies and I'm proficient in them.
Right. And he's using herbalism, so if you wanted to assist with that as well, you absolutely could.
Right. That'd probably be good.
Okay.
Because I have an idea to maybe attempt to lower the DC on this. I want to see about using a couple of doses of the Kiagatom's ointment to combine it with the Blotson, since the ointment is something that's applied anyway, as sort of a carrier for the Blotson.
Okay.
To be more, be able to apply to attempt to get that acid resistance property.
All right. And I'll say as Yez will kind of head with them as well. We'll get to that in a second. What are Weller and Fungi and Zach doing for the evening? As Casmus is out shopping.
I'm actually gonna have an idea for Weller's hammer. Right, mate. So your hammer is magical. It's not gonna break or anything. So what if we attached like alchemist fire, holy water to the end of it. Give you one good swing.
Well, I'm not sure how any of that works, but if you think it'll help,
Attach it with like some sort of tar.
works for me.
So I'd probably help with that. Attune to the gem.
So
and
your first hit would use one of those.
right, and the other side, put the other one on. So I think that's a. I mean, he gets a swing with alchemist fire and then a swing with holy water. I think that's worthwhile.
Zach, if I set myself on fire when I swing this thing,
I know dusk isn't there.
Don't hit
but
yourself
wouldn't
with it, mate.
wouldn't the water put the fire out?
We put it on the other side because it's a two-headed hammer.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So you
Is
put
it a
alchemist fire-
two-headed hammer?
That's a good question. Is it?
What does this hammer look like? I never really gave it too much thought. Is it like a big sledgehammer, or is it like a big? Does it have a hook in the back?
I think I've just always imagined it as kind of like a big sledgehammer.
Okay. So yeah, it's got two sides to the head.
Perfect. You have one side for fire if you want, and the other side with.
Let's
holy
say, give me
water
a
on-
sleight of hand with this, Zach, as you try to affix holy water to one of these and kind of spending the afternoon attaching. Weller, what are you doing, if anything? You have advantage on
I was
sleight
gonna
of hand
say,
No, it's a 17. I was
Okay.
gonna guide you. You asked for the roll first, so. No, it's a 17.
I was gonna say Weller would probably be most interested in just studying the maps that the Diggermatics have, going over the battle plan, just
Okay,
making sure he's got that committed to memory, he understands all the parts and pieces,
absolutely.
what the different roles of everyone is gonna be.
I'll say give me an investigation check with advantage. And while you're going over that, what is Fungi doing?
So the whole time everybody's been talking, Fungi's actually been looking very distracted. Kind of keeping to himself. And at one point, he's just going to get. I don't know if we're sitting around or anything, but he's going to go and say, "Excuse me," and I'm just going to walk out. And I've left wherever we were, and I'm starting to just take a walk. And before I know it, Fungi has led himself back to that graveyard where
The
that ghost
burrow?
was.
Or the barrow?
The burrow. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going inside. Just kind of wandering around.
Fair enough.
And at a certain point, I'm just going to start yelling out, "Ghost? Ghost, you here?"
Wouldn't take long before you would see the visage of Bear Warden Jadger. Oh, hi. Is there something wrong?
Hey, you remember me? Me and my friends came by. We helped you with some of those other, like, ghost problems before.
Of course I remember anyone I've spoken to since I've been dead. I remember everyone I've spoken to before that as well. You're kind of a hard one to forget.
So you seem to know quite a bit about, all these dead things. And, you had us look into those other dead things, and you get everybody here. I know we were supposed to be able to ask questions. I don't want to take it from my friends. But you see, I was talking with some others. I don't know if you know those Myconid guys who came with us, those other mushroom guys.
I haven't seen any Myconids, not in a long time. Since I was living.
Well, there's some here now. They came with us here. We were talking with them. We made friends. They said some things that kind of got in my head, and I kind of brushed it off. But then I just started thinking about some other stuff, and I guess I'm just gonna blurt it out because I don't understand anymore. Am I dead? Like, I don't know. He thinks that maybe I'm like, kinda. And sometimes I think about things, and I get these images in my head about somebody else, somewhere else, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know anymore.
Well, this is quite a interesting ask. No one's ever asked me if they're dead. There's this little gnomish ghost floating around, does actually kind of float downward to actually get eye level and kind of stand. Kind of peers you over. You're not like any creature I've seen before. Maybe a tinge of... He just kind of stares into you for a minute. Like you're, one of those halflings I've seen a couple of times. I used to trade with them up top. Long ago. Friendly folk. But there's something off about you. Not in a bad way, just, and kind of like he's trying to find the right words to say it. You are alive. Ish. I do sense you being close to death. Although you look quite lively. I have heard tale of the Myconids occasionally when a spore servant is risen. It still has fragments of its previous life and still acts as its own. Legends only, though. Couldn't say for sure. It would seem you have the mushroom growth on you. Yet you are not a mushroom. It would seem that you're living, yet you don't breathe. I only barely sense a fragment of a heartbeat within you. It's unnerving, but again, not in a bad way. I'm used to the dead. I'm used to the living. Having something in between isn't so bad. There are often times when resurrections go awry. Or maybe not awry, but take a sidestep. Where the body comes back but changed. The soul comes back but is not the same person. You may have died. And if you have memories of elsewhere, perhaps you should seek them out. Perhaps, or then again, maybe not, would have led to your possible death. The choice of what you do with your life is up to you. However dim it may be, but you've got more than I've got. Better company, too.
You can remember who you were when you were alive?
Of course. I didn't quite finish everything I intended to do. Blingden Stone always comes first in my heart. And until it's right again, I don't think I'll ever rest. Perhaps you came back to do something. Unfinished business. Or perhaps someone else's unfinished business.
Can't remember. This fungi's gonna kind of like just fall to his knees a little bit and start to cry. I don't know who I am.
Of course you do. You told me your name. It's Fungi.
Who was I? Oh, just these pictures. I can't even see myself in any of them. I see a different place. Maybe I see a thing happen, but I don't know me.
Are they fond memories?
Sometimes.
Perhaps just treasure them. Sometimes that's all we can do is keep the memories with us. Yeah, if they're not yours, then that would be more unnerving. Maybe it's best not to remember it all. But it does seem like you're teetering on the edge of living and death. Whatever that means to you.
Thanks, Ghost.
Oh, you can call me Barrow Warden Yadger, as that is my name, just like your name is Fungi.
I'm just gonna stay down here for a while if that's okay with you.
Any company's always welcome, no matter how quiet or loud. As long as it's not violent, I don't mind.
That fungi's just gonna kind of stay down here and spend the rest of his night very sadly meditating.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll come back to that. As Weller, you think you have the area, at least as best as they have it written down, committed to memory. There's 5 entrances to this place. They think one of them is holed up that led deeper into the rock blight, which they caved it off before the slimes arrived. Another exit would lead to an old kind of like, goes to an old like the old house head, not like the central, not palace, but like it's an old like a warren, like maybe old Blingden Stone, kind of like the old town, but it's small and like where it got its start. And on another end would lead to the stockade, which you've been to that entrance. It is well fortified and not to be trifled with. Another entrance would seem to lead to the warrens of the were-rats. Another entrance leads to that stone, the menhir that you guys blessed and consecrated. And the last one would lead directly to the market. And you've seen that entrance before. And at the center of this space, which was a place of celebration, a place of living, is the house center, which at the center of this cavern is a large domed structure that is atop several support pillars. They would tell you it's about 100 feet up. And there's several staircases leading up to it. And the Diggermatics would tell you, like, they're planning on trying to shoot up there as quick as possible, essentially. And that's kind of what you would gain from investigating the maps of this space and the plans that they have set forth. Meanwhile, Dusk and Yezebo going with the Myconids. And where's Salt Baron? As they're looking over all this blots and trying to unearth it from all the skulls. And even the Myconids don't have the easiest time with harvesting it from the skulls. But they do so approximately. And they would welcome any help in this matter. And obviously everyone's gear, all of your gear, all of the people involved in this fight, everyone is going to be getting some form of acid protection to where your weapons and armor will not melt. Because that is a known thing, that yes, oozes tend to melt armor and weapons. And a lot of things. But as you kind of approach them, Yezebo, how are you trying to help in this? As Dusk kind of brings forth some Kiogdom's ointment and hoping to use that as like a salve for integrating into a resisting acid. How is Yezebo's thought process in this?
Yezebo would want to get her alchemist supplies out and start testing the
Blotzen.
The Blotzen, yeah. And seeing how she can transform it. And I could just see her like busy over in the corner. It's like all by herself. Like testing these putting some potions, some salts or some whatever into this Blotzen and just working with her alchemist tools.
I'd say Wurz is also an accomplished alchemist, and every time you're like messing over there, he's got his very ramshackle, like a lot of like stone or clay pots and vials. None of it's like, he doesn't have good glassware or like fancy Bunsen burners. Like he's very using what they have, which is stone and earth, to kind of, for he's good. He's got a good mortar and pestle. That's probably like the one thing that he has in his complement that would possibly outshine your alchemist like supplies. But other than that, yours is very fancy and immaculate glassware.
Yeah. I see him over there just looking at it and be like, you wanna use some of it?
No, it's all right. I've got my process. I know how to get the Blotzen ready. I've done it before a long time ago, so it's in the memory somewhere. It's of course the drow would have nice shiny glassware. It's not a big deal. I just looks at it again. It's pretty shiny. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm willing to share. Does that help?
Maybe let me play around with it once we're done with this bit. I don't want to, the work comes first and then play. That's what I always say.
Of course.
And with this, I would like Yezebo to give me an Arcana check at advantage using your alchemist tools, and Dusk to give me a survival check using with advantage because you're also using your herbalism kit. Okay.
I'd like to use my inspiration.
Okay, yeah. Getting that reroll. Rerolling that 12, I assume.
Yes. Take it off of advantage. All right.
The 23. Okay, the 23 and a 25. How many doses of Yogg-Tom's ointment are you willing to expend with this? All of it?
I will expend 3.
Okay. Is Yezebo putting forth any materials of her own?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I've got some oil
Okay.
and some incense and
Holy water.
I have ink, but I don't think that's going to be nice to drink.
Well, if you boil out the impurities, it might be okay.
It could be fun. It would turn our mouth black.
Mm-hmm.
Just add into the explodinators.
Just make us really intimidating.
It's this nasty black blue tea.
So what of value are you putting forth, if anything?
Probably the incense. I could do 30 gold of incense.
30 gold of incense? Okay. I will say, with your powers combined, you'll be working through the night, so the rest is not easy, as it is a lot of trial and error, and Wurz is going to work overnight too to try and kind of help, because he's a very accomplished alchemist. Maybe not quite as accomplished as Yezebo, but at least on the arcane side, he's more of a nature, like this is how nature works kind of thing. But say Yezebo and Dusk, each of you do acquire 1 potion of acid resistance each. However, the Blotzen supply is run short. So there will be a shortage of the Blotzen for everyone, if you're willing to make that sacrifice.
You mean a shortage? Are you talking about for the party or just
Yeah.
for everyone?
It would be for the party.
Whose gear doesn't need protected? I guess
Dusk doesn't need it. He might be naked by the time we're done, but he doesn't need it.
Have
We need to-
magic armor.
We need to prioritize Weller and Fungi.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would argue after that because hopefully, I know we'll be surrounded at some points, but the casters can hopefully try to keep some distances. And if your armor's magical, that will help. Does Casmus wear armor?
He has an elven chain shirt.
Ah,
It's fancy.
but he doesn't use a weapon either. So he really only has one item.
Yeah, I think the only one that would be in danger would be Zek. So pretty much, if you want the 2 acid resistance, you would have to eschew getting Blotzen for your group.
Which is, I think, acceptable, especially if we can give acid resistance to you and Weller, or Fungi and Weller.
Yeah, Fungi and Weller probably, because they're the 2 that are going to be the
They're
the
gonna be,
Yeah,
they're gonna
spearhead.
be
got
hit the
out.
most. Not that they're gonna be up front the most, just that they're gonna be hit the most, probably.
Right, and you're surrounded in a slowing, damaging aura, so...
Okay. If the party's good with that, we will do that.
Okay. You have 2 vials of... They last for an hour.
Okay.
That is something else to think about. As Fungi, I want you to give me an insight check. You stay there meditating through the night. 18.
Just for fun and giggles, so I mean, I'm gonna have more anyway. So
Yeah, use knowledge of a past life.
yeah, exactly. Just feels.
I would say
appropriate
it's
right
very appropriate in this sense.
now. Oh, of course, it's only 1 though.
Okay, so a 19. As you're meditating through the night, you do get more flashes of memories. Again, you don't see yourself. It's coming from you. It's not like a dream where you can sometimes see yourself third person view. It's, which now that I think about it, I don't know if that's possible. I don't. Anyways, I don't want to think about my dreams too much, but it's, you would get a warm feeling. Kind of the same feeling you feel about where you woke up. Surrounded by mushrooms. And you would see these blurred faces in this memory. Like, you can't make out any of them, but you know they're there. You don't hear the voices, but it's kind of like when Charlie Brown's parents talk. That wah, 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 wah. Yeah, that's kind of what you hear, and there's like confusion in the instance, but some comfort, but still confusion. You don't know what words were said, but you know what was meant. And it's love, it's caring, there's smaller people around, smaller than you. There's lots of people around. And there's grass, there's trees, there's farmland, clouds, sun, maybe a little pond nearby. And then like a lot of like almost fast forwarding, you can see thunder and rain, and the sky's kind of darkening. And you're walking. There's a cart behind you. You're pulling a cart. Small cart. You don't know where you're going. With the rain, you need to take shelter. That's for certain, because this rain it's unpleasant feeling. It's cold, it's sticking to your skin, and you shiver. Something you've never experienced before, but you feel a shiver. And dip into a cave for some shelter alongside a road. And then a familiar feeling. You feel cold embrace of caves. Doesn't feel as homey in this instance. You hear noises like clicking or something within this cave. Bring out a torch to see in the dark. And then you would just kind of experience this loud crash and a blur. Your torch falls before you do. It falls into darkness. This abyss. And everything goes dark. That's your vision.
Unkai's gonna rise from his meditation. He's gonna wipe his tear from his eye, pick his staff up, and well, if this is all going, how far is this going into the next morning or already? Or...
Yeah, I would say into the next morning, because you kind of went to bed down there. Like you're mulling it over. You're meditating. That's what you get.
So yeah, he's gonna pick himself up, take the undead equivalent of a deep breath, and start heading back to the party.
And it's weird. You can breathe. You inhale. It feels weird. You can feel crackling within your lungs. You don't need to, though. But you absolutely can if you want to. It's a new sensation, like you're remembering how to breathe. It's... Oh. Huh. It's interesting. And the rest of you, much like fungi, as you're kind of heading up out of the barrow, it's... The up top in the temple is empty, as you hear footsteps and the din of conversation throughout the caverns, and the rest of you also with your missions and gatherings accomplished. Also, if you want to do any last minute shopping, there is a thing in your journal that says Blingdenstone trade. Just throwing that out there.
There it is. Okay.
At the top.
That's why I didn't see it.
How could you miss it? But as everyone is gathered in the trade hall, the market. That's what I couldn't remember the name of a market. Yeah, everyone's gathered in the market, as both of the actually, yeah, I would say that both of the Diggermatics are there, as well as the priests and the 2 giants. Actually, the giants wouldn't be present. But the priests are there, as well as Chipgrin of the Gold Whiskers. And you can see they're having a conversation as everyone is armed and armored in ill-fitting attire, because it's made for dwarves, but they're wearing it, and it's been, repurposed to fit all these gnomes. At least a couple hundred. All armed with hammers, swords, axes, and war picks. And a bunch of them do have crossbows. Like heavy crossbows that are almost as big as them.
Right.
Are there any last minute preparations? It seems like
yes,
they're waiting on you guys.
Casper's gonna cast a false life on himself, getting 12 temporary hit point.
Okay.
I'm going to hand dust the stone. It's already, you'll need to attune to it. Yeah, last 10 minutes, mate.
Anything you guys want to do to prepare?
Anybody want one of these bigwigs? Take it right before we go.
The big wigs
You
last
should
for an
keep
hour
warm.
as well.
Should keep one for you and for Weller, if you guys are gonna be in the
No, I
thick
still
of
got a
it
lot of
mostly.
things left, so anybody who wants to take it.
I mean, I'm not sure it's gonna do much for me with my spells, but the melee attackers should probably take some.
Now, I have a question. Should we buy that Lapis Lazuli spell gem? It's first level. I could get someone else who can't cast. They could cast blood. And it's pretty cheap.
We could even get that quartz one if you want for second level spell.
Do it second level so 4 people can be affected by bless.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can afford it, I'll put bless in it, and then
Let's see. Let's see how much rubies I got. Why did I say 2? No. It was 8 and I used 2 of them.
You used to.
Yeah,
I
but
got one. If you want it.
it should say 6 of them. We had 8 of them. Don't know why it said 2 of them.
I mean, I was just thinking, it's up to you guys, but I think having someone else use bless too, especially if they're not going to be casting any spells, like Weller.
Weller has spells.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Weller's
yeah.
pockets are full. His maul is weighed down by 2 potions.
You got holy
of one
water.
on either end.
Holy water stuck to one side. And
Just keeps hearing his name tossed in conversation. Weller should get this. Weller should get that.
How much gold you guys have? Because we got 1,500 in gems left.
I got 5 gold on me and 300 silver in the bag.
Who's got 35 gold?
I ain't got I mean, if we do that, we'd have to.
I have 5 iron trade bars worth 100, so I've got 500 right there.
I got
What-
one
one,
ruby
two,
worth
three,
125, and strangely,
I
it
have
says I have
111
31 gold. I don't know
gold.
if that's accurate.
Because I got 6 rubies here, wrote 250. That's 1,500. We just need 250 more.
I've also got 2 bars of mithril, but last time I brought that up, you guys didn't want me to get rid of it.
No, I'd hang on to that. I'll trade out the 3 bars of the iron trade
Last-
bars.
The ones you got from Cracklestug?
Yeah.
They'll,
that
they'll
will
give
create the
you
difference.
half the price for those.
Well, I got 6 gems left, so that's six rubies at 250 each. That's 1,500. We only need 250. That's the.
I got another one that's half. I don't know why I got a 125 ruby. You can take that.
Perfect. Plus those trade bars I gave, that'll cover it. All right, I'll put bless in it. Who do we want to give the bless stone to?
That's the problem, is that all of us now are casting a spell.
Thought we were
Right.
giving everything to Weller.
Yeah. All right. Here you go, Weller. Here's
The
a
back
quartz.
wheel.
Yeah, mate. It'll affect everyone but one person.
All right.
Last a minute. Use it if you think we're in trouble.
Well, also feel free to yell out, "Hey, Weller, do the bless thing," and that'll come in
Absolutely.
handy.
Right, mate. I think we're all set.
All right. Let's go.
All right. As you approach, they have a table set up near this gate. That the ramshackled gate that they put up at the edge, and at the table would be Wars would be there too, but he's not dressed for battle. He's not going in combat. But he's there just for advice. And you can see everyone's armor is gleaming in this sticky substance, or rather this slick substance. As Dorbo kind of looks at you all. Alright, it's, yeah, I think we're ready for all this. We got everybody all decked out. And we've got our Strike Force, Expedinators. A lovely name, I might add. It's just a chef's kiss. So, and a couple of other gnomes are just leaning in, listening to this. Plan is, got the Gold Whiskers on one front, on the north side. Got the Giants, and possibly some Elementals, on the south side. We approach from the east. West. We approach from the west. Directions are down, hard down here. But, as we enter in, don't know what the obstacles we'll face are. Don't know what we'll witness, other than hundreds of oozes that we've all witnessed or been heard about, thanks to some scouting. Objective is to get to the house center and inside of it. It would be a logical place for someone to operate out of there, especially since you saw it covered in ooze. So, we're going to do our best. We got a contingent ready to fire right behind you. Lay down some fire with the crossbows that they got, thanks to Salt Baron's trading here. We're going to flank right. You guys flank left. Try and meet up at the top. Should you get ahead of us, don't be afraid to get on with it.
All right.
Any
Right,
questions?
mate.
This is it.
Nope. Let's get to it.
Alright. Alright, lads. Listen up. We all know we've got a battle on our hands. We've even made alliances where we didn't think possible. We've got the Gold Whiskers on our side. We've even brought some giants back. Welcoming the can. Even have a few drow at our side. Hear a couple of like snickers and a few like not gasps, but like yeah, they'll do all right, or they'll die trying. Isn't that right, lads?
Right, mate.
Yeah, whatever.
It's just for show, all right? Well,
Right.
everyone, we're gonna save Blingdenstone today. We're going to bring it back to the glory it once was. And we're going to live. We're going to survive.
Right, mate.
There'll be no oozes in these stones anymore. And with that, there's not like clapping, but there is nodding along and like an agreement. And unlike surface gnomes, deep gnomes tend to kind of keep more quiet. Some of them give solemn looks to their brethren beside them and sisters. There's easily 200-300 gnomes in this cavern, stuffed to the brim. And you would see the gold whiskers, or well, just the one gold whisker, scurry off into the warrens. I'm gonna give about 5 minutes. We're charging in. And Seni kind of stays behind while Dorbo walks forward to a retinue of looks to be badgers and a few more heavily armored, wearing gnomish armor and heavy picks in hand. He gestures for you all to join him up front.
All right.
Get up.
And as you join him up front, all right, remember, get to the center, cut the head off the ooze.
Right, mate.
Be right behind you, beside you. We're going to be all over that place.
We'll take him out.
Ready on your mark.
And after a
Get ready to
few,
activate
there
my
are
boots.
kind of tense moments. Probably a few minutes where everyone's just kind of, they're not formations like you would think. Like they're not like straight lines. They're in small groups of gnomes. And about 4 dozen badgers as well in this room. All also have like kind of armor on them that has that same glistening.
Badass.
As Dorbo gives the signal, the gates are pulled back, and you can see a wide cave that has other barricades along it, almost like a funnel. And ahead, in the dim darkness, you can just make out this large dome at the center of this giant cavern, standing on broken and tattered columns, stairs leading up to it on several different sides, covered, every inch of that dome covered in this swirling mass of gray, black, and ochre-colored ooze just dripping from it. You would see little spots of green phosphorescent lichen, not really illuminating too much, but just enough to know that it's there. Kind of like those glow-in-the-dark stars. They're just kind of, they're there, but they don't give off real light. But they are there. Spots of pulsating lichen dripping down from the ceiling, sticking to the walls. And as Dorbo calls out charge, That's where we're going to take our little 5-10 minute break. As you guys are about to rush forward into, well, the house center. But stick around, folks. We're taking our 5-10, and we'll be back, well, in 5 or 10 minutes. So we'll see you in a few.
See you shortly.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, folks. We are back in it. Last we left off after spending a day in preparation for this battle ahead against this army of oozes. Things are finally ready. Everyone prepared, everyone equipped to the brim with what you have. As the gates unleash, and I keep forgetting it's Dorbo. What a dumb name. Dorbo, leading the charge, quickly flanks to the right as in front of you in this massive space that is the house center. You see broken and ruined columns. One of them laid near the entrance that does naturally split the space, at least as you enter into this darkened area. Dorbo and a swath of gnomes and badgers running behind him as he goes to the right. What are you guys doing? And you don't really see singular ooze. You just see like pudding everywhere. Multicolored pudding.
I'm gonna touch Dusk on the shoulder and kiss my holy symbol. May the Lord of Shadows guide you.
So as you guys hold back for a moment.
Give guidance.
Okay. And Dusk will look at Zach, and when he kisses his holy symbol, say, "You know that's unsanitary." And I guess he will cast the spell from the pearl.
Wait, guidance doesn't help with that. Because it's a check.
'Cause it's a
not
saving
a
throw.
skill. It's not a saving throw, it's a check. So it's a wisdom check.
And guidance only helps with
I don't
skills,
Only helps with
right?
specific skills that you state. I'll say
Oh, the plan's falling apart already.
I'll give you a +1 to whatever you roll.
So it's just a check.
Just a wisdom check.
Nope.
With an 8, you see this magic, this shadow fizz out and disperse.
Alright. Drink your potions, guys.
As you guys are just standing there while the gnomes are running to the right.
We'll start to
supposed to
move to the
rush.
left.
Let's start.
Yeah, we're going to the left.
I'll activate my boots and start flying so I'm not on the ground.
Alright, as Zach starts flying above. How high?
How tall's the cavern?
Can't see the ceiling.
10 feet.
Okay. Just enough to where you're not on the ground. I got you.
Right.
As you guys rush forward to the left amidst broken rubble and strewn about, little remnants of cloth once dripping oozes everywhere. Or ooze. Again, it's hard to discern distinction between them. Are you staying close knit?
Yes. We should.
Oh, yeah.
Did you all drink your
We
potions?
should stay close to one another.
They have not drinking their
Drink your
potions yet.
potions.
But as you guys are rushing forward, you quickly see out of the masses of ooze, forms start to take shape and stretch out towards you.
Well, in that case,
Now I'm going to bring you to the
Yeah.
map.
I'll drink a potion now.
I'll let you do it on your turn.
I haven't rolled initiative yet. What are you talking about?
will you please roll initiative?
Of course.
And there's a very good chance you'll go before these guys. As one ochre jelly kind of spits forth from the ground beneath right in front of Dusk, as several gray oozes also take form. Pretty great freaking initiatives for most of you guys. As everybody is on there. Yezbo, you are up first. Yezbo,
Yeah.
what you
Can
doing?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking I was making noises. Uh, let's see. I want to cast magic missile at the big ugly one.
Okay.
Get that damage.
All of these flying magic missiles shoot forth towards this ochre jelly that just kind of ripples, splattering a little bit about. It takes 9 points of damage.
I'm going to just 5-foot step.
Stepping back.
That's all.
All right, that will take us to Weller.
I'm gonna drink a potion of acid resistance.
Okay, that is your bonus action.
All right. Let me cross that one off. Oh, just kidding. And then let's see, where am I at? Right next to Dusk. Zoom in a little bit. Thank
I
you.
assume Dusk was running first. That's why he's in front, because that was the plan.
I will step up next to the guy. And I'm gonna swing out with the old maul.
Okay.
Well, hang on. I have. Wait, what do I have attached to my maul now?
You have a holy water on one
Alchemist
side,
fire
and
and
alchemist
holy
fire
water.
on the other side.
Okay. I kind of don't want to use that on this big guy.
Well, they're attached. You got to use one of them no matter what.
And
Use
Alright.
the top of the hammer to hit him.
just poke him a little
You're
bit.
gonna hit him with one side or the other. It's your call. You can hold
Right.
one back, but you can't hold them both.
All right, I'll hold the alchemist fire back. I'll wait until we're in a little bit more
Splashing
combat.
this ooze with a
Sure.
holy water.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Also, is dawn out? Dusk? Got to ask.
Since this isn't exactly really stealthy intended, yeah, it would
Okay.
it would be ignited.
An 11.
Otherwise,
Fair enough. An 11 does hit.
All right, let's do some damage.
As it takes 17 points of damage. You smash into this ooze. Part of it kind of sticks and the holy water splatters across it, kind of adjoining to it.
Aha, made it wet now.
Yes, wet ooze.
All right,
Just what we want to see.
and let's go ahead and we'll do an extra attack with the same now vacant side.
Right. A little bit of glass still stuck to it from the vial. 25 absolutely hits this creature. As it takes 20 points of damage. Yeah, as you're just smashing into it, just kind of blubbering like a flubber. Blubbering along the ground there. Rippling. Anything else for
That
Weller?
will be it for me.
Alright, that will take us to Casmus.
We're gonna cast Eldritch Blast at this one and another blast at this one.
Okay, so 1 and 2. Gotcha.
$15 and 24.
They both hit.
So 6 of this one.
All right. This little gray burbling ooze takes 6. The big old ooze takes 10 points
And
of damage.
yeah.
As you attack this one with that forceful blast, it splits in 2 equal-sized creatures. Almost like
Right.
drawing from the ground itself in self-preservation. Anything else
That
for
one is-
Casmus?
Nope. That'll be it. He's just gonna back up just a little bit, but that'll be it.
All right, as you back up, that will take us to Fungi.
I was trying to say before I start, and since he moved into my range, can I hit him with the
No, because he's
oh.
he's just there. It's just there's no room for him to be. It's forced movement essentially.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'm going to drink my potion of acid resistance.
Okay.
Since that uses up that one. Can't activate the shillelagh yet. I'm going to smack this guy right in front of me with a chill touch.
Okay. What does your chill touch look like? I don't know if we've ever seen you use it, or if we have, it's been a
It's a-
long
Yeah,
freaking
we've done it
while.
before. Basically, just my hand comes out. Imagine a Ric Flair chest
Okay,
chop.
I gotcha.
Just all the spores and everything just kind of
Yeah.
darkly glowing across my hand as I do it.
A
Do
20.
you do the woo?
Absolutely. Woo!
Hell yeah, a little nature boy in there.
Smacks down onto him. 26 absolutely hits. It takes 14 points of damage. As, to your surprise, it splits again.
No. That's it for my turn.
That will take us to an ooze that's warbling and waving around on top of this broken column over here. As it warbles around, Zach, you're flying. It makes you an automatic target. I need an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
With an 18, as you look over, you see this ooze dancing? Or something. You're unsure. But you are good to go. It's trying, like, you feel some presence in your mind that's just like a warbling sensation that's like, whatever. It does not affect you, which will take us to your turn, Zach.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Knock
Right
off that spell
off,
slot.
right off the bat.
Yeah, there's a bunch of oozes.
There's gonna be.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, let me roll damage. Slowly. Make sure that's turned off. Okay, cool.
That's some good damage. Spirit Guardians is activated as you're flying 10 feet up.
Yeah, and I will move over here to kind of bathe them all in that shadow.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move over here.
So I'm going to make
In
an argument for
between-
Spirit Guardians. It needs to be where you end your turn, where you hit.
Okay, not.
Otherwise, it gets ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to ideally fly over Dusk here, but I'm going to actually just stay right here. Sorry, I can't move my token, but I'll stay right there.
Because you walked on top of someone. Whenever your token goes on top of someone, it makes it hard. So you're going to be there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So hit those 3. Con save or wisdom?
Actually, it's a wisdom save.
Okay. Actually, what?
Yeah, this is good right here. So, yeah, you would have to land to hit this one and this one. So, I'll land.
Okay. That's 1 fail.
So I can hit all of them.
2 fail. 3 fail. As all 3 fail. And all 3 take 20 points of damage. As these 2 are no more. Melt into the ground. Pretend you can't see them. This one is still up, as it also...
Radiant damage.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Splits again. And gets small. Anything else for Zach?
That's it.
That will take us to their turn, as they are going to pseudopod out. These 2 ochre jelly pseudopod out towards Weller, because you're there. I accidentally have advantage turn on, but getting a 19 and an 11 to hit Weller.
19 is going to hit, 11 will not.
All right. As Weller, you take a whopping total of 12 points of acid damage, which you are resistant to. So you only take 6.
Roger that.
Which will end their turn, as they're just bobbling about. The others will kind of converge amongst you guys. Warbling down. They'll get out of the light. They're not that dumb. Where are they? No, they got the hive mind thing going on right now. So yeah. They will lash out at Fungi, Yezebo, and Chasmus respectively. Fungi getting a big 15 to hit.
No hit.
A 15 hits Fungi?
No, I said no hit.
No hit, gotcha. 20 to hit Yezebo. Which I'm pretty sure hits Yezebo, unless you got something about that?
Nope, it hits. I'm
All
sorry, I forgot I was on mute.
You're good. As you take 7 points of acid damage. And then against Chasmus got a 20 as well.
Oh, definitely hit, sorry.
Alright. As minimum damage, you take 3 points of acid damage. Which will take us to Dusk.
Move over here to this guy, Mr. What do you call those things? The
Wacky inflatable flailing arm man.
Yeah,
inflatable
yeah,
arm man
exactly.
thing. Run up to him and stab him.
Alright, as you run up to stab him, give me that attack. A 17 absolutely hits this little warbling thing, which seems to be a little quicker than the other guys, honestly. Just a little bit.
15 points of radiant.
As it takes 15 points of radiant damage, you take 3 points of psychic damage.
Of course.
As it warbles back at you and you just feel like offended somehow.
Hit it again.
All right.
24.
24. Yeah, absolutely hits these oozes.
12 points of radiant.
It will take 12 points of radiant damage.
Why not? Bonus action kick it.
Okay, bonus action kicking. It's free, might as well. 17 hits.
17 for 8 points of force damage.
Takes 8 points of damage as it kind of wriggles to the ground, just kind of smacked there up against this broken column.
That's it.
All right. That will take us to the bottom of the round as, yeah, a volley of arrows shoots out towards these creatures as they each take some damage very easily. Taking us to Yezebo. As the little ochre guys seem like they're barely anything anymore.
I've got this thing in front of me, so.
As arrows slam, or crossbow bolts slam into each of these oozes, causing them to ripple around.
I'm gonna magic missile.
Okay. At whom or what?
This little oozy thing beside me.
Okay. For 422 for 8 points of force damage as it ripples into it. Squelches into it. There's a word we haven't used in a while.
Welch.
Anything else for Yezbo as you flare your wand at it?
Nope.
Alright, that will take us to Weller. Baynip.
It's me, a Weller. Alright, I'm going to attack out again using the open side of the mall.
Okay.
Don't know why my sheet was scrolled all the way down.
Which one are you attacking? One that's right north of you?
Yeah, the same one that I was focused on before it split. I think probably the one right in front of me.
Fair enough. 22 will absolutely hit it.
Alright, absolutely going to do some damage.
Absolutely, as it splatters away to nothingness.
Fantastic. And we're going to extra attack the one that was next to it.
Alright.
Excuse me.
Nat 20, for sure. If you want to roll damage for fun, you can, but it's absolutely going to murder this thing.
I'm absolutely going to roll damage for fun. Let's do some crit damage. Oof,
22. Make sure you toggle on the crit damage thing, too, whenever you roll crits.
Oh, that's right.
So it's plus 3 or 4, I think.
Plus 4, yeah.
So for 26 points of damage. As, yeah, it just you smash into the ground, cracks are empty of any ochre-colored slime. Still a little green residue about. Anything else for Weller?
Does anyone look like they're having trouble with theirs, just as I'm scanning the room for targets?
Nah, everyone's having a good time.
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and move up to here just to kind of
All right,
serve as a blockade.
absolutely.
For
You
the
can
oozes that
see
can probably go everywhere.
you can see kind of northeast of here this just kind of sloshing throughout, which will take us to Asmus.
I'm gonna cast a sorcerer's burst at the one in front of us with lightning.
Okay, lightning. Interesting choice. 21 hits.
Okay, so another
Another
D8.
D8. The It does 15,
For 15.
points of lightning damages. This electricity just crackles around it, kind of squeezing it down. It's a little small boy. Anything else for Casmus?
Nope, he's gonna stay right there.
That will take us to Fungi.
Is eating my bigwig an action or a bonus action?
It's an action to eat something.
Okay. I'll wait on that one for now. Let's just hit this guy with another chill touch.
Okay. A 12 hits it. Takes 5 points of necrotic damage.
And I'll activate my shillelagh for now.
Okay.
Just so I'm ready.
Got your stick ready. We'll take us to the psychic thing here, which is going to pseudopod out towards Dusk. It's dancing around, getting a nat 20 against you, Dusk.
All right.
Of course, that button isn't working. As Dusk, you take 16 points of acid damage. And you have disadvantage on intelligence saving throws. At which point I need you to make an intelligence saving throw. As it wraps into you, you feel this disturbance in your head. You're not sure, you just feel kind of lightheaded. With the 3.
I will choose to pass.
Using it already?
Started my well, I've got no choice. None of my other abilities are useful here, so
Fair enough. As you choose to pass, you take no effect from whatever's trying to probe into your mind as you use your solidarity of your own mind within. Which will end the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man's turn. Taking us to Zach. Actually, oh yeah, he's not in. He's at the edge. Zach, what you up to?
I'm gonna move down here. Ez, you okay? Covering all these guys in
Yeah,
shadow.
roll me some damage.
Oh, just a little hurt.
$19 as that one's gone and that one's gone. The one right by Yezebo and Casmus both splurt into shadows as the one by Fungi is still up.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and Toll the Dead on the one by Fungi.
Okay. It failed. Got a big 3.
Okay.
They're not very wise.
Here we go. Toll the Dead, missing hit points. I collected, I promise.
15 points of damage as it is also deaded. Just kind of vibrates for a moment before exploding.
That ends my turn.
All right. That'll take us to Dusk.
I guess just swing at the thing.
Swing away.
Swing again.
And that one, unfortunately, this thing kind of messing with your head. It's got you out of focus. You're not sure what's going on.
Ridiculous.
But a 13 does hit as you kick out at it for 10 points of damage, as it also kind of splatters up against there, and you feel this connection for this brief moment, Dusk, as you see this connection of something smiling. Something in your head says, "We'll Come on, you heathens. Which will take us out of combat here. There's going to be a lot of like rolling initiative, not rolling initiative. We'll see where we're at. But as you... a couple of gnomes rushing up behind you. Crossbows as they're loading them. Looking up. Well, I think we did all right on that one. And you would also see the Dorbo still leading the charge on the right. Not having quite as easy of a time as you all are. But he is still there managing. And he just calls out, "Get to the house center! We'll be right behind you, or beside you." He stabs him
Everyone good to go?
to an ooze.
Let's go. Let's just keep going.
Let's go.
Let's push forward.
Yeah, I'll start flying. And
As you...
As we're running, I want to eat my bigwig as we're running up there. If I can.
Fair enough. As you're running up, eating the big wig, as Dusk keeps kind of just touching all of his wounds to try to heal himself up, you can see a wave of oozes blocking your way to the stairs. What do? It is a wave, this mass of pudding.
are they coming towards us?
It is rolling like a wave.
Fungi, that thing you talked about.
Slow them down. You want me? I can. Yeah. Sure, let's do it. I'm putting up in front of them as the ones that are coming towards us a spike growth.
All right, go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
Everyone stay in the shadows, and I'll try to cover everyone with Spirit Guardians.
19.
Should I do the wall of fire?
I would say as this spike growth grows up underneath where this wave is slowly rolling, like a lava wave almost, but ooze. It's rolling over. You can see it rolling on top of where the spikes were just a moment ago, but this occasional melting down kind of starts to make this indentation within the wave as it turns into a V-shaped wave rolling around that spike growth area. But it's still coming.
Right? You got any magic to help?
I've got a big fireball.
Hit one side and we head to the left then?
All right.
Hit which side and run to the left? Hit the left side and then run after that side, or what?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Okay, as you blast a giant fireball, give me an intelligence check. See how well this does, as it's kind of been split into two waves. One wave rolling to the left, one to the right. You explode the left side.
So just a intelligence check,
Yes,
not a save. Okay.
correct.
Well,
With the 6, it would seem as you explode this fireball, bits of rubble and debris start collapsing along that side of the wall and block off the way you are going. As it does indeed kill numerous of these oozes. This part of this wave burns up, but the area just kind of collapses down. You destroyed accidentally some support beams on the side of the wall.
Right, we
You
head
have-
right
You
then?
have that area with the spike growth. Next to you have the collapse, and then you have the spike growth, and then you have that wave still coming.
To the right.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to clear a path with the my own just blast, and then we go through.
And right. Try to use the Spirit Guardians as it's coming towards us. We go to the right.
Do we see any other way around, up?
Give me a perception check.
Let's see.
As you quickly try to scan the battlefield for ways to get around this wave. With an 11, nothing sticks out immediately. You can see the stairs behind, like maybe 50 or so feet away, like behind this wave and the spike growth area, still bubbling of oozing. And you can see in the distance, as you look out, there are occasional glows of crystal to the north, far north, as that's where the were-rats are fighting.
Just a question with Alchemist Fire. Does that only affect creatures, or like does it set the ground on
sets
fire?
whatever on fire, yeah. It's just a little
Okay.
5-foot area, though. It's not like huge.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
All right. Like I said, I can try to clear us a path with force, with an Eldritch Blast, and then we run to the right, up the stairs,
We just plow through.
plow through.
Do we get the impression that it's something that we could wait to pass, or is it
It's
just
coming
as
towards
far as
you.
we can see?
It's
Okay.
not passing.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's go. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at them to try to.
Give me a
Clearing a path big
charisma
enough.
check. I'm going to say minus a d4, though.
Take it. Okay.
That's still really good. Roll that d4.
Right? That's really good.
20.
Still
All right.
20.
Still with the 20, as kind of like putting a needle into this wave and then kind of revamping up. Occasional bits of slime does slosh down towards you as it isn't wisped up by the... Double check here. Everyone give me a Constitution save.
That's bad.
Okay. Dusk and Weller and Casmus each take 9 points, or take half that. 4 points of acid damage. Yezebo, Zach, and Fungi each take 9 points of acid damage.
Alright, and here's
Do
my
Weller and I still split those in half?
Yes.
here's my concentration check.
I round up or down? So four.
Round down.
At 20, I'm good.
But you do kind of forge away. As you can look up, you see these slimy steps going upward in front of you. Slimes and oozes kind of converging towards you on the ground. The steps themselves covered, not as covered as you expected, but still covered with little bits of stringy slime and lichen kind of dotting the area. You can see one of these large pillars that were like a big support beam for the entire cavern has broken, kind of falling at the midway point of these stairs, about 2/3 up. You're muted also.
Keep going, try to keep everyone protected with the Spirit Guardians. As I'm flying like 5 feet off the ground just to keep everyone in the area.
Okay. As you guys are rushing up these stairs, they are wide and narrow at some points. When I say narrow, like they're 15 feet narrow at some points. Other spaces, they're like 20 or 30 feet wide. Well, 25 feet wide at its widest. As you clamber up, about like there's these landings all throughout. One of these pillars smashed down onto it. You can see lots of slime activity up here, like connecting little, almost like webs from the ceiling dripping down onto this platform, as well as attached to this large pillar. Do you do anything differently, or do you keep going?
Right? Does that burn? Got an alchemist fire ready. Maybe set the pillar on fire.
Keep the alchemist fire. Can probably we can probably just throw a little fire bolt at it, and if it does catch fire, it's gonna burn up.
Shoot it.
Right.
As you guys are
All right.
talking
I'm gonna-
this over near this landing, dark, thick, tar-like ooze slaps out towards the ground, towards you guys. And I'm going to bring you to another map. We can roll initiative. You can place your guys accordingly if you feel like you're in a different sort of formation.
And I think
No, I think that's a good formation. Maybe tighter like this, but that's a pretty good formation, I think. Of course, fucking.
Do you want to swap Weller?
Hey.
Yeah, if you want to, we can.
Yeah, go for it. It's better you having up front.
Okay.
Why don't we roll one of them? Huh. As Dusk, you are up first. As one of them is still on the pillar. These dark, thick, black oozes, also known as black puddings. Get it?
All right, I
pudding?
guess step up and take a swipe.
Stepping on up.
16.
16 absolutely hits this thing. This thing looks slow and sickly.
13 points of radiant.
13 points of radiant damage.
21.
21 also absolutely hits. Pretty much as long as you don't roll a nat 1 on these guys.
10 points of
10 points
Radiant.
of radiant damage. As it burbles around, sticking around, just... It's this inanimate alien feeling as you're fighting the oozes, as you've done so many times.
I'll go ahead and bonus action patient defense.
Okay.
I'll disengage.
As it sickly sticks out towards you, just easily, just kind of quick step back.
That's it.
Alright, that will take us to Fungi. How long does
But
Shillelagh
we
last?
in,
He's swapping with me.
yeah, we're swapping.
Okay.
It's the first time ever I took advantage of that.
Hey.
Like a year.
That'll take us to Weller.
I will step up to the edge of the Spirit Guardians, and I will swing out with the other end of the mall with the Alchemist Fire. Oh, hi.
Okay.
Dog just scared the shit out of me. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
26 absolutely hits. Go and roll me some damage and add 2d4. What is Alchemist Fire? 2d4? Might be 1d4.
1d4.
Add an extra d4 onto it. It is burning. Takes 20 points of damage. As it does that, it splits. Right in two. I'm going to give one of them a dex save to see if they are not on fire. That's pretty good. So only one of them is on fire.
Okay. I will swing out again at the one that is on fire.
Okay. This ooze is on fire. In the tune of This Girl is on Fire. 24 hits. For, geez, 20 points of damage. Yeah. As it smacks down and just kind of wobbles around, trying to stick to your weapon, but with no success.
And that will be it for me.
Alright, that will take us to Yezebo.
Here's a bow. Magic missile.
Alright, where are you magic missiling?
At this yucky thing over here. As it climbs over the rubble.
Okay. As it takes 10 points of force damage. As little
Boy.
pings of missiles shoot out towards it. Anything else for Yezebo?
I'm feeling lonely out there. I'm gonna find this.
Okay.
That's it.
That will take us to Zach. Is Zach muted?
Yeah.
I am
Please.
muted. I'm going to move there, land, so I can cover them all in the shadows, and I'm
Okay.
going to take the dodge action.
Taking the dodge action.
Oh, let me give you.
This guy won't be in the shadows, but you get two of them.
Good enough. Roll, please.
Hey, what do you know? They both failed.
Okay. I rolled it. It's coming.
I believe you.
There-
20 again. They will both take 20 points of damage. Which will take us to the pudding warbling along the side. As it creeps back down a little bit, it shoots tar out towards Zach at disadvantage. A dissolving pudding, if you will. Getting a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
As Zach, you take 19 points of acid damage, and your armor is melting.
Yeah.
Your AC is reduced by 1.
So 16 AC, and here goes my concentration check. And Spirit Guardians is no more.
Spirit Guardians fails. As you're kind of being it's kind of pelted with tar.
Yeah.
It's not a fun feeling. Which will end its turn, taking us to Fungi.
Bonus action and then action. Produce flame, and I'm gonna. Which am I gonna throw it? We'll throw at the big one still.
Okay.
Oh no!
Getting a nat 1. As you go to toss this flame, it just kind of rolls and drops down about 50 feet to the ground. Trying to do one of those cool knuckleballs and just kind of rolls over your hand.
Oh, well, that's gonna do it for my turn.
All right. I would like Dusk, Yezebo, and Casmus, and I don't know if it's Fungi or not. Let me double check. Nope, Dusk, Yezebo, and Casmus to give me dexterity saves. As Yezbo, you hear some sort of sloshing noise up the steps. You quickly sidestep as Dusk steps to the side. Casmus, you take 10 points of acid damage as you are engulfed in something, as you would see a large gelatinous ooze cube consume him. Which will unfortunately take us to Casmus's turn.
Am I about to do anything in that cube or
You
try to get
can't.
out?
You are suffocating. You can't cast spells with verbal components, and you have the restrained condition. So do that
Okay,
information
so-
what you will.
I can at least try to get out. If I do that, what would that be?
It would be a strength saving throw at disadvantage. Or actually, it's an athletics check at disadvantage.
All right, let's try that.
And it will be your action.
10. Oh, no,
With the
definitely
10, you are still engulfed. You also take 10 more
Gotcha.
points of acid damage at the start of your turn.
not. All right. Gotta check something about Misty Step.
If it takes
If
a
it has a...
verbal, I don't think it does.
It does. It's only verbal. It's only verbal.
Of
There's not even
course.
somatic.
Of course, that makes sense. Anything else for Casmus?
Nope. It's stuck there.
All right, that will take us to the 2 black puddings. Weller, go and roll me 1d4. Excellent. I rolled a disadvantage, getting a 26 and a 22 to hit you, Weller.
They will both hit.
As you take 20 and 23 points of acid damage, reduced to 10 and 11. As this thing takes 3 points of fire damage, as it is burning. And it's just kind of spitting out towards you. And at the top of the round, morphing through the stone around, you would see a large elemental appear. Glowing yellow eyes, reaches out, and it's here to join the fight.
On whose side? Is it one of our friendly ones?
They're all friendly now. That will take
Alright.
that will take us to dusk.
All right.
Actually, it would probably come up the stairs. Nah, that's fine where it's at.
No, actually, I'll stay there. Moving through fungi would be difficult terrain, right?
I would say in these open spaces, nah, not really. You just kind of like bounce on his mushroom cap. Do a little kitty hop.
Well, I am taller now because I had the big wig.
Oh, that is true.
I bet I could still do it.
Absolutely, you could.
Grab Casmus and extract him from the
All right.
cube.
Give me an athletics check. As you reach in.
And we're getting a big old 9.
9, as you reach in there, I need a dexterity saving throw.
$18.
Actually, there is no dexterity saving throw. You do take 10 points of acid damage as you reach in there. I'll say you take 5 because I made you make a dex save. You'll take half. Anything else for Dusk?
Bonus action, disengage again.
Okay.
Um,
As you can see the cube just kind of warbling a little bit. It's nearly translucent.
that's it.
All right, that will take us to Weller. Weller.
All right. We'll swing out at the one that is on fire again.
"19 absolutely hits. It takes 16 points of bludgeoning damage. You hammer down. You have nothing attached to either end of the maul now, so you're free to swing with whatever side you'd like.
And if he is still up, I will take another hit at him.
It is still up. His 19 absolutely hits. Takes 15 points of damage. You splatter it everywhere. Just because this black tar is... You lift up your maul and it's still kind of sticking to it. Like you just squished the best spider in the world. Or like a big jello mold. Still kind of stuck to it. It's no more.
All right. Well, no, that probably wouldn't work. Okay. That'll be it for me this go round.
You have an extra attack. Or no, that was your extra attack. I'm sorry.
That was my extra, yeah.
Yep. Which will take us... Do you have Great Weapon Master?
I thought I did. Yeah, heavy weapon mastery. Weapon.
Because I thought something if you
Yeah,
if you kill something, you can cleave through it to another target that's adjacent to it.
Let me see. Oh, there is something. What is that? I have Great Weapon Master.
Great Weapon Mastery does that. That's the old cleave, essentially. So you could bonus action attack. You can expend your bonus action, I think. I could be totally wrong about that. Someone back me up here.
Yeah, it says Hugh.
I think
Immediately
that's
after you
right.
score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with 1, you can make 1 attack with the same weapon as a bonus action. Okay.
Yep, there you go.
So it's the Hugh. Okay, so yeah, I will bonus action and then attack the other guy. The non-fire
Absolutely.
guy.
$25 will hit it. This takes 18 points of damage. It warbles around, nearly sinking back into the stones which it came from. Which now will take us to the Earth Elemental turn. Earth Elemental will dissolve into the ground and erupt on the ground here. And it will slam into the gelatinous cube.
Crushing Casmus as he does.
It sees that he's struggling, so like, why not like smash the thing that someone's struggling against? Dealing 26 points of damage, as the elemental also takes damage from smacking into the ooze, which will take us to Yezebo.
Oh, yeah. Disengage.
Okay, as you quickly back away from this ooze, which is you're starting to slowly lose sight of it.
Yeah. Help, Lila! I'm gonna run.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you asking me for help or are you coming to help? It was very confusing the way you yelled "Help Weller" and moved towards me.
Well, that's the thing about the Australian accent is everything sounds like you're not sure if it's a question or not.
Right, everything goes up.
Yep. Anything else for Yezebo?
Hey. Bonus action. Thumbs up to Weller.
All right, taking us to Zach.
I'm gonna activate Spirit Guardians again as
Okay.
shadows erupt around.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna fly up.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Right there. As I unleash shadows all around me. 24.
Jeez, max damage. You are on fire with these Spirit Guardians damage. I got a 0 and a 12. The cube quivers as the... Just made a hard time for yourself there. As the pudding splits in two. Making two smaller ones. I'll put them both in there. They'll just move out of it. Anything else for Zach?
That's it for my turn.
That will take us to the puddings as they also kind of veer back onto the ooze. And they will launch out against Zach.
Armor class only 16 currently.
Getting a 22
Mm-hmm.
and a 15.
And 22 hits.
Zach, you take 22 points of acid damage,
Okay.
and your armor dissolves away.
Hits again.
It is broken.
Here goes my concentration check. Jeez.
You're there.
There.
2-2
Okay.
above. It still counts. Which will
still counts.
Which will take us to fungi.
I don't know from here if I need to roll around it, but I'll try and help Casmus get out of the cube.
All right, give me an athletics check. With a 23, you pull him free as you take 10 points of acid damage.
Or after resistance.
Before.
All right, and then yeah, I got nothing else I can do for the wait for the bonus action. So that's it for my turn.
All right, that will take us to the cube. The cube will slide forward. It's going to get attack opportunity from the thing, but it's going to slide forward. I need Casmus and Fungi to give me dex saves.
Oh, it's not a disadvantage. 19.
19 and a 13. As Fungi is engulfed by this thing, Casmus, you dart out of the way. We'll see if the Earth Elemental can stop it first. Good chance. Earth Elemental almost smashes this thing as it gets away. Fungi, you take 10 points of acid damage. And you are not at the risk of suffocating, but you can't speak. Which will take us to Casmus.
We are going to throw a firebolt at it.
Okay.
Let me put Agonizing Blast on. And firebolt 11
11 hits.
for 13
As
points
you
of damage.
melt a hole into this cube and it just starts to, like, disintegrate from the inside out. As Fungi, everything in the cube gets really warm as it dissolves away. Anything else for Casmus?
The stairs are going up that way.
Up the other way.
this way? Up that way? Okay. Well, he's gonna. For now, he's gonna stay right there because they're blocking the way for Isabel and Weller. So he's gonna stay right there for now.
Walk through an ally square. They don't take up the whole 5 feet. If you wanted
we're
to.
gonna move. We're gonna move all the way up there, and that'll be it.
All right. That will take us to the black pudding up here. It's going to lash out to Weller. Getting a 20 to hit you, Weller.
That'll hit.
As you take 15 points of acid damage, reduced to 7 because resistance. Let's put little markers on you guys. Which will end its turn, as it just warbles out towards you, taking us to dusk at the top. I would say at this point a volley of arrows shoots out from the bottom of the stairs, volley of crossbow bolts towards the oozes on the pillar there. Take some damage. Dusk, what you up to?
Bounce up there.
Give me a athletics or acrobatics check to make that jump. I mean, I know you can do it, but 22 as you take that cat leap off the ledge onto the broken pillar that's kind of barely hung up by the ooze and stickiness around.
Getting a 14.
14 hits as you lash out with your Dawn Blade.
9 points of radiant.
Take 9 radiant damage. And that one is your foot kind of gets stuck and it throws off your swing because you need your whole body to be able to move. This sticky substance is not great for the paws.
Bonus action, patient defense.
Okay.
Go down the pillar.
That's up it, but yeah, I got you.
Go up it, yeah, and run over here.
Okay. Quickly skitter across. That will take us to Weller.
What you reckon a Weller's gonna do?
I reckon Weller's gonna smack this thing.
You got it.
He smacks it good. Takes 18 points of damage and is blasted into nothingness once more.
I will just because I got a little hurt. No, just bonus action, second wind.
Okay. You get some free movement with that too. While you're thinking about that, here's the new art for the black pudding.
Well, I hate it. Make it go away.
All right,
looks
well,
terrible.
here's the new art for the earth elemental. I don't know.
That looks
that.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, or anything else for your turn, as you sickly
Only because
wind
it's
it
on
up.
our side.
Yeah.
That is. Oh, let me click it. There we go.
All right. That will take us to the elemental of earth, as Weller heals himself for 12, and can move if you want. But the earth elemental will...
You're good. I'm just gonna move up around.
It's gonna shimmy around.
Yeah.
Earth elemental will launch some rocks at these oozes, one at each. Hey, he hits. He didn't roll a 1. As they each take 9 and 11. Which will take us back to Yezebo.
Yes, a bow. Got the Earth Elemental. Yeah, let's use some magic at that. And the missile variety.
At what?
At the Earth Elemental?
That's our friend.
The Earth Elemental
it
who
our
just
friend?
flung rocks at the oozes
He's helping.
No, then no.
and smashed
Gotcha.
the gelatinous cube a lot.
It was the yellow eyes. The yellow eyes threw her off.
Hmm.
Right.
I was very scared of it. It jumped right out in front of me.
Is that why you came running up to Weller?
Yeah, I was very scared.
Weller, help our friends here.
So Yezbo, what are you
and
doing?
These oozy things over here.
Which one? The
Uh,
north one, south one? You splitting them? You tell me.
South. Let's do all south.
Okay. Just a regular level 1 magic missile.
Yes.
All right, as it takes
Oh,
9 points of force damage. Anything else for your turn?
there we go. I'm gonna stay with my friends
All right.
up there. All right.
Now we'll take Zach's turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself as my armor is no more.
Go and delete that off your sheet.
Yeah.
You quickly give yourself a healing.
Yes, I did click it. It's.
I believe you. What else you doing?
Then I'm gonna move over past them. So I just
I gotcha.
cover them in shadows.
Go ahead and show me that path real quick. Was it? Where were you standing?
Right there.
You're just north of me, I thought.
Are you north?
Yeah.
Okay.
North, yeah. There.
Fair enough. Good to know. Just making sure.
So here goes the damage,
Give me that damage. 11.
and I'm gonna try the healing again because it didn't go through.
Finally, an average save. Or average Spirit Guardian's
Damage,
damage.
right.
Well, a little below average. To be fair, you were rolling like great.
Yeah, really.
Getting an 18 and a 14. As
Okay, the 18 passed and the 14.
one of
fails.
them dissipates into nothingness as the other one is still present. It takes 5.
There, I finally got my healing to
You
go.
got your healing as you get 18 points of healing. Which anything else for Zach?
Let's see, I have 5 feet of movement left.
Well,
Oh,
again, that was where you're ending. That's why I was basing
right.
the
Okay.
Spirit Guardian's
That'll be
damage.
fine. Yeah, that's good.
You were there.
That's it for my turn. Let me delete my armor. As you can see, my armor is completely destroyed.
As the thing claws over to the side here, grabbing onto the railing, and tries to lob up towards you. Getting a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
As you take 22 points of acid damage.
Okay. And here goes my con save.
Here it goes.
Here it goes any second, guys.
And away we go. Hey, you're good. By 1.
By 1.
Which will take us to Fungi.
I'll reactivate and throw another produce flame at that last pudding.
Okay.
Which,
A 10 hits.
thank goodness.
It takes 10 points of fire damage.
No. Up.
Anything else for Fungi?
Right, yeah, I'm just gonna move up.
Moving up and around. That'll take us to Casmus.
Throw the Eldritch Blast at him.
Okay, I will say you
Last one.
can't. It'll have severe cover from where you're at here.
Spell
You
Sniper.
got Spell Sniper. That's fair. I'll allow it.
So it doesn't matter.
Roll me
All
those
right.
blasts. Both hitting.
16 and 11.
Yeah.
All right.
As it
For 13 and yeah, 21.
as it blasts apart, kind of dripping down the railing of the stairs here. The earth, as everything's dead in this immediate vicinity, Earth Elemental starts kind of clambering up, following you guys.
Right. Anyone need any healing mates?
You
You
seem like
do.
you could use a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself a couple times.
No, don't expend your magic.
Yeah, we got more. Go.
Don't expend your magic.
Yeah, you
I'll,
probably could use a potion.
Just
Well,
leave it.
I can use Hand of Healing
How many times though?
on whoever might need it. Well, I can get it back.
You can get it all back once.
Oh, if I heal that, that takes me about half. So I'm definitely. You see, my armor's just shredded, like melted off.
As
Get
Dusk-
another 16 points of damage as Dusk punches you in the back a couple of times.
I'm starting
Is
to really
there
like-
enough of his armor left to mend?
No,
Okay.
it is gone. It is
Does
destroyed.
anyone else need a punch in the face?
A
If you're
little-
offering, I wouldn't
yeah,
mind
if you're
you,
offering
man.
it a little bit, wouldn't hurt.
All right.
Zach,
I think this is the first time you've warned me before
Right,
you
is.
pushed me in the face.
come here.
I go over there.
I'll punch Weller in the gut.
God damn it.
6 points. And Casmus, he'll okay, that'll leave. No, Casmus gets 12.
Ooh.
Right.
Yes, boss.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on Zach.
Okay. Love it.
That's
As
Sweet.
what does your mage armor look like when you cast it, especially on someone else's? I've only ever seen this happen once before. The rarely cast mage
Oh,
armor someone
oh.
else.
Well, I'm going to envision his shadow cloak like wrapping around him and like melding into this armor, just like a
Okay.
shadowy
Absolutely.
cloak of armor.
Thanks, boss.
As it's
Yeah,
better
I
than his
have one
regular
more.
armor.
I have one more focus point left. Might as well. 7 points to Zach.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
Zach, you probably should stay back a little bit. Since you can cast magic.
Right. Oozes everywhere. That one through ooze.
Yeah.
As you're kind of taking this moment to give each other some healing and protection, you can see torches burning to the north side where the were-rats are raging through, and you hear the pounding of what you presumably stone giants. As there's also that retinue of crossbowmen kind of shooting at the bottom of the steps, kind of behind you guys, maybe about 50 or so feet, kind of keeping the path from catching up on you. And still you can see the gnomes a little bit to the south, almost joining up to where the stone giants are. At the near the bottom of the other steps. Kind of barely make that out.
Right, mates, we almost made it.
All right, let's push. Let's push through.
As you
You want to lead the way, Weller?
Let's go.
rush up to the top of the steps, After a few minutes
Keeping
of
everyone
as you're,
covered in the shadows.
you've only got a couple more minutes left on it now because you guys spent some time talking and healing. But as you make it to the top of the steps, you can't even see into the gateway, this doorway, as there's just so much ooze. Green, gray, orangish ochre, and black just kind of starting to puddle down from it, dripping from there over the stairs and down to the floor below like a waterfall of ooze.
Waterfall ooze.
Waterfall of ooze in front of you, cascading
think I
down
had that.
this giant dome like a swirl of madness. You can almost see patterns in it, but not quite, but kind of.
Gotta get through that, mates.
What do you do?
If I go close to it with my spirit guardians, does it seem to interact with it?
Maybe slightly, but not
Not enough to
not
pass
enough
through.
not enough to pass through. No.
Do any of you spellcasters have a way to blow a hole in this?
Try moonbeaming it, but it comes from like up down.
Got shadow. Oh.
Anything that pushes stuff out of the way, maybe?
Oh, wait, that's right. I just added. If we're quick, I just added Thunderwave.
Oh, that might work.
All right, come on,
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody get real close, and I'll get up for it and cast a Thunderwave. See if we can kind of spread it out and jump through if they spread.
Give me as you cast this thunder wave pulsating into this cascading waterfall of multicolored, gross-looking ooze. Give me a wisdom check.
You know what? We'll work on just a regular check, or is it just a specific one? Let's throw in a knowledge of a past life,
Okay.
if that helps get us over the edge. Not.
As you get a memory of playing in a waterfall when you
You
were
also got your second wind.
younger years.
Well, that one's even more important. See if it comes up later.
As this pulsating of energy just create this rippling wave, as it does kind of remind you of what that memory that you were just thinking about. It doesn't quite punch a hole through it, but it does create a neat effect.
Well, that's good.
That didn't work.
Does it seem to be like ooze, or does it seem to be more magic?
It seems to be the same thing that's encasing this entire dome. Just this jelly, this dripping, cool pudding, slowly sloshing down and then over the sides.
Right, so dispel magic won't work.
Yeah, I can try to do a little blight and burn it away with necrotic. See if that could work.
That might work. Create a hole somehow. You got anything?
I got something if we have 10 to 15 minutes.
I don't think we got that time now.
I could sit here and make a little dome. create a little pass through for everyone, but it would take me a lot of time.
How wide is the waterfall?
It's hard to tell. I'd say give me a perception check to see if you can tell where the opening even really is. But you would imagine it's at least, I'd say the landing up here. Yeah, with the 24, you can tell it's probably about 15 to 20 foot wide, where it's cascading over this. You can only tell because it's flat in some spaces, as opposed to that rounded edges that you see going down the sides of this dome, just dripping down it. It's almost like a constant flow of like water on top of a dome. How it just kind of, but like part of it's flat on one side, so it's flat there as well.
A couple things I'm going to do in a little order here. First, I just want to grab like just a decent sized rock or something. I just want to see what happens if I just throw it into it. Does it dissolve? Does it?
Yeah, you throw a rock into it, and it kind of plucks under the side and gets immediately. You can see tendrils lashing out onto the rock and crushing it and bringing it into the waterfall itself as it disappears within a moment.
I can try either burning it or making it shrivel down with necrotic.
One other idea, but I think we should do yours first. That doesn't work.
Which one, Jane? Burning or trying
Both,
to?
either or. Because my idea is a last.
I can't do
resort
both. If I do both, I'm gonna be mostly out of powerful magic.
Oh, we need your spells. Maybe we try this. We put the earth elemental through, and we try going underneath him. How big is he?
He's big. Look at him.
I mean, he's big. How many of us could like?
You might be able to squeeze under him.
Could he find a piece of debris?
If we can get him to understand us.
It's just looking at you guys as if waiting.
What's this just above us? This broken statue?
That's a broken statue that's like 80, 100 feet down.
Oh, it's that far down. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the stairs are high.
We could use him as cover, but we might also need him in the fight if he's going to be too damaged after going through that little waterfall.
We can't get to the fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there anything around debris-wise?
Yeah, there's rocks and
Is there
rocks.
Can
Rocks and
I,
rocks. Is there a piece of debris, perhaps long enough, wide enough, that we could use as cover? What I'm thinking is, if there's something that I could levitate for us to pass under
500
as
pounds?
it cascades over whatever.
You might be
that
able to
rock
pick up
is.
a big enough rock from like the pillar that's broken down the steps a little ways. Hey, there's a shot.
Well, there's an option.
Yeah, that's like a good one.
It does.
Levitate it, let the earth elemental try pushing it the rest of the way so it gets underneath the waterfall, and then we all try and pass underneath that.
I would say even with if you use the earth elemental in conjunction with that, definitely could
Yeah.
do something. There's
Okay.
chance of damage, but worth a
Let's
shot.
do that.
All right.
Let's give it a shot.
As you cast levitation on a large rock, the earth elemental kind of helps by picking it up after listening to your conversation and holds it up over itself and starts wading through this. As you can see, it does take some damage, but how much will depend on... Weller, I need a charisma check. I will give you advantage on this because the rock's helping. The earth elemental's helping.
Charisma check, you said?
Yes, please.
Advantage.
with a 20. Earth Elemental does take a beating, but as it lifts up open, you can see a way into this darkened central space that is the town center, house center.
Let's go.
Let's rush in.
Need to push forward
That way
quickly.
we can get the Earth Elemental out of that.
As
To
you
run.
rush into this house center, this large dome that's easily 100 feet wide, this clean marble flat space, dome goes up another 100 feet. Actually, it would probably go up 50 feet because radius. Dome goes up about 50 feet, and you can see this glittering kind of crystals within. Not so much artwork as like, this is a geode. You're inside this upside down massive geode as starts to just glisten above, and marble on the floor is just squeaky clean. There is no ooze in sight. There is nothing inside of here, as it is empty. You can see 3 other exits out of the space with similar kind of cascading waterfalls over them. As you're in here alone. No ooze, no pudding king, nothing. From one of the entrances nearby, well, not nearby, but like one of the 4, essentially kind of 4 corners, from one of them, you can hear this crashing and thudding, this loud bang of stone and sloshing. As you can see this maybe 20-foot tall, marbled creature, humanoid, covered in this marbling ooze, turns its head towards you. As you can see this white pupils within. This ooze is just kind of dripping and flowing down it. And that's where we're going to end tonight. As you guys have made it to the squeaky clean house center.
That was unexpected.
And you see this giant ooze thing lurch into the room. But we'll pick up there next week, folks. So stay tuned, stick around. We'll see how this battle for Blingstone ends next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Twitch.
See you next time.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks,
Good
Rich.
night.
Thank you.
Night, Internet.